I have to say this is probably the most awkward thing I have ever had to do. Oh, this piece is making me crazy. Welcome to my vlog! For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sierra. Okay, so there's 3 reasons why I really wanted to make this vlog. 1, it's a really good way for my friends and family to keep up with me, and I don't have to be texting every single family member every single day, sending them Snapchats, sending them videos, because I got a lot of family that's really interested in me doing this. 2, it is going to be so awesome to look back on these videos one day and see what a great time I had and what an awesome opportunity that was given to me. And the 3rd reason is because the position that I got within the college program, when I got my acceptance email and it said that I was going to be recreation attractions, I went on YouTube myself and I looked at all the videos that I could find, and there's like 5 good videos on recreation attraction, and that's it. There's like a million on merchandise and regular attractions and lifeguarding and character attendant and entertainment rules, but there is barely any good ones out there that talk about recreation attraction. So when applications dropped, I'm not 100% sure what day that was, for the spring quarter, spring advantage, and just regular spring program, I applied the very first day. A lot of people say do not apply the very first day because there's going to be an overload and you'll end up getting put in submission or progress, or whichever of the two is the not great one to be put into. I immediately got my email after I applied. I sent my resume and you type in your former employer and just typical application stuff. I immediately got my email for a web-based interview. So you go on and there's a lot of questions about how would you feel in this kind of a situation? You strongly agree with this or you strongly disagree with this? So I did my web-based interview. It probably took me 20-25 minutes, I think, for probably each section. I think there's 2. And then after that, I got my email probably a couple days later for a phone interview. So I had my phone interview, and during the week that I had my phone interview, I was deep cleaning my recreation center that I worked at. I worked at Central Washington University Recreation Center for over 3 years. I have done probably over 8 deep cleans, but I left work early that day so I could come home and prep for my phone interview. I did a lot of research on YouTube prior to my phone interview because the first time I did my phone interview, it was fine, but it was not as good as it could have been. So I came home, I had a little sheet of paper that had a bunch of notes on it. I had a spot for my interviewer's name. The first time that I interviewed, as soon as she said the name, it went out the other ear. So I made a huge spot on a blank piece of paper that said name. And as soon as she said it, I wrote it down. And I still remember it. It was Michelle. So her and I talked for probably a little over 20 minutes, and she asked me about the roles that I was interested in, what made me a good candidate, just kind of experience that I've had. She asked about some roles that I didn't put very much interest in. She asked me if I would be interested in lifeguarding. A lot of the questions that she did ask, I was deep cleaning the gym at the time, and so a lot of things that she was asking me, it was easy to dig into earlier that week and talk about situations that I had been in already and how I would handle those situations in Disney and how it kind of converted over, which is why I think I got recreation attractions. I've talked to some other people who are also recreation attractions, and they also work at their recreation center too. So after my phone interview, she said that I would hear back, I think at the end of October, middle or end of October, and I think I heard back in September. I was pumped, and it was really funny because the night before, I was still watching all these other Disney vlogs, and I saw everyone's ears, little graduation ears, and it says Disney College Program, and they've got a little tassel, and I was just so tired of waiting because I waited so long the first time around, and I got rejected on the very last day. And I started crying watching these videos of these people with graduation Mickey ears, and my boyfriend was like, what's wrong? And I'm very dramatic, and I like flung myself on the couch, and I was like, I just want my own Mickey ears. And we went to bed and everything was fine. And then the next morning, I think I was getting ready to go to work. I was getting ready to go to work at like 9 or 10 or something, and we're in the kitchen and we're making breakfast, and I open up my phone and I refresh my emails and I get a Disney one. And I was like, oh my God. My boyfriend's like, what? And I'm just not saying anything. And I see congratulations. And I just turn and I look at him and I just start sobbing. And he's like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? And I showed him and he's like, are you not happy? I was like, I'm so happy, but I'm gonna miss you so much. So ever since then, I got my acceptance in end of September, beginning of October. I've just been playing the waiting game. Most everyone else who's doing spring is already there. They got there probably end of January, beginning of February, and some of them end and go home by the time I even get there. So there's a lot of people that I won't get to meet, but there are a lot of people that I will get to meet. I actually just made friends with some other people online, some international students, which is going to be so cool. I cannot wait to have friends that are just all over the place. It's gonna make traveling so much fun one day. So I leave Wednesday. Today's Easter and it's Sunday. It's Easter Sunday and I leave Wednesday. I'm not ready. I kind of have a small pile of stuff going that's kind of ready to pack, and I've bought most everything that I need, but my clothes aren't packed, my makeup stuff isn't packed, my shampoo isn't packed, all the girly stuff is not packed. So I've got a lot to do over the next 2 days, plus actually spend time with my boyfriend before I go. I've said goodbye to most of my family already, which has been kind of heartbreaking. I say goodbye to one of my best friends, I think tomorrow or the day after. And I mean, I am only gone 3 months, but this is probably the scariest thing I have ever done. So this first video is probably all over the place because one, I've never vlogged, 2, the notes that I wrote down were from a while ago and they don't make any sense to me anymore. Oops. But if you guys have any questions or comments, you can leave them down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!